Hi there Aries, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for August. On the face of it, the planets stack up in a very charismatic way as this month begins, because you have the Sun, Venus, Mercury and also Jupiter all pulsating in the 5th solar house. This is all about energy, passion, and you could express yourself extremely well, but we need to be conscious of the role of Saturn. Now Saturn has been more recently, since the middle of June, rewinding in the part of your scope to do with what you share with other people, or to do in a more practical sense, long-term finances. But Saturn is going to go forwards on the first day of this month, which is something to celebrate, but that doesn't mean to say that he's not still going to be squaring up for the first 2 weeks with Venus, which is, there's a joy killer. That's an aspect that can really be very limiting. And then in the second half of this month, Saturn's going to be squaring up with the Sun, which can make us feel frustrated if things aren't flowing as we'd like. So on the face of it, yes, it all looks like things are dazzling, but also Venus is in retrograde, and that can also see obstacles around personal expression and anything we desire. Things might not go quite as quickly as we'd like. Perhaps that's the story of this month, because your ruler Mars does start off in rather a delicate area, the 4th solar house. Now he is going to be moving on the 9th, and that is going to give you much more feist and determination to overcome any obstacles that you might encounter. But on the 7th there's a quarter moon, which could see you tempted to splash out money to overcome the things that you feel are stopping you getting what you really want. You need to be aware of your deeper motivations. And I think the crunch point can be where you want to fulfill some kind of happiness, and there seems to be some kind of political situation which is stopping things flowing as you'd like. Now, there is actually a sensational link between Venus and Uranus in the second half of this month, which is entirely positive. And with Mars also starting to rev up energy in the sign of Leo, you can fight back, and surprise developments are definitely possible, particularly as far as your love life is concerned. But Mercury does move on the 7th into a much more practical area, into the sign of Virgo. And just in the middle of this month, it's going to go face to face with Neptune. So just watch your energy at the very heart of this month. But also, what you're going to find is that Jupiter, after a year's sojourn through this joyous part of your scope, also moves into Virgo, but on the 11th. This suggests that the accent in the second half of this month can be very much to do with how things work, the practicalities. And maybe you are going to have to look to the details and be a bit more earthy about some of the joys that you want to pursue. And that means you could find yourself being much more aware of the detail of things, or quite critical of someone who's not coming up to your high standards. So just be conscious of that. Fortunately, Mercury does move just before the end of this month into the sign of Libra, and that can help you to be much more cooperative and listen to what other people are saying much more clearly. So the passion and the possibilities that come from this big coalition of great energy at the start of the month is not quite as clear cut, and it's not going to be flowing quite as easily as you might like. But it's about unpicking the subtext, being aware of your own deepest emotions and motivations, and those of anyone you're closely involved with. You're looking for the ultimate package at the start of this month, and possibly if you just lower your sights a little bit, I do feel by the end of the month things will be falling into place a lot more, but it is about being realistic. Thank you for joining me, good luck and goodbye for now.